What is your reaction to what happened in Orlando?
Well, my initial reaction this morning when I first became aware of it was horror, obviously, but place blame on the Obama administration for failing to call this what it is, which is Islamic terrorism. And also, unfortunately, my friend, with people like yourself that continue to make up these ridiculous claims about the powerful AR-15. Aimed fire roughly 45 to 60 rounds per minute. Coincidentally, just like a normal hunting shotgun can.
Okay, so just to clarify, you can in America, you can't buy a Kinder Surprise chocolate egg because they're deemed to be unsafe to Americans. But you can buy, as this man did, an AR-15 rifle, which is capable of firing up to 60 bullets a minute. Let me ask you this. Why, when you have such a problem... Let me finish, Dan, let me finish. Why would you want to make it easy for somebody like this killer to get his hands on a rifle like that to perpetrate what he did?
And I'm very happy you brought up your Kinder Egg red herring, because I did some checking after you brought it up the last time we talked about this, and it turns out that choking on candy is one of the top 5 causes of childhood mortality in the United States, according to the CDC. Firearms, accidental firearms deaths don't even rank in the top 10.
Okay, Dan, you know, you're not...
Sorry. I can't let this go. You're genuinely trying to tell us that in a country where 32,000 people a year are killed by guns, that eating candy is more dangerous?
No, I'm telling you that you're bringing up the Kinder Egg is a complete red herring. And let's talk about the 32,000 gun deaths and break down the numbers and put some context to them. The official FBI CDC numbers say that 21,000 of those 33,000 deaths are suicides. Suicides are tragic, but they are a mental health problem, not a methodology problem. And the choice of the method that somebody uses to commit suicide is never a justification to restrict the rights of hundreds of millions of other people.
We're talking about an event on Saturday night in which 50 people were killed because a man went into a gay nightclub and had 2 guns and was able to murder them. Now, whatever his motivation, and there's a distinction to be made here between motivation and the means, okay? Whether it was a perverse interpretation of his religion, whatever it was, whether he had some issue with gay men kissing. All of that is horrifying and will be discussed. But the fact of the matter is, he had 2 guns. That if you take away the means, you restrict the number of people who are murdered by guns. And why is that not a compelling enough argument for the United States?
Well, some of my British friends that are pro-gun have given me some information that since the UK gun ban, there have been over 66,000 gun crime violations. You have a knife crime every 4 minutes in the UK. You have one of the highest violent crime rates in all of the EU.
We do not have the same number of deaths, or proportionately the same number of deaths from gun crime that you have in the United States.
The UK also doesn't have...
If you restrict the access of people to weapons, they cannot commit the sort of atrocities on the same scale.
That's simply not true, as was demonstrated by the Paris attacks at the Bataclan, and in Norway, the worst mass shooting in EU history, where the killer used a Ruger Mini 14.